Thank you very much, Wayne. Our second speaker today is a graduate student of the School of Education, and he's the chair of the Queer Ed group here at Harvard, James Croft. Good afternoon. It's a gorgeous day, and it's lovely to be here with you to speak up against this horrific, but actually slightly unimpressive conference. Doesn't look like there's anything going on at all. As you can probably tell by my beautiful accent, which, despite persistent rumors, is not something that I put on to pick up guys, it is a real bona fide British accent. I hail from far across the sea, a small foggy island, so it's a little strange that I should be with you here today, standing in solidarity, because in a way I have no dog in this fight. But when I was young, my parents used to take me on holiday to America. That's vacation for you. So I learned the language. It's only been a few years. And they certainly took me to the great bombastic places like Disney World and Hollywood and Las Vegas. And I loved them. I can't tell you how excited I was to meet Pinocchio for the first time. I was really ecstatic. But they also took me to other places where American history was made and is recorded, to the Alamo, to Washington, D.C., to Lexington and Concord. And so over the years, I fell in love with this country over many lectures and sermons about the past, the history of this great nation. And most of all, I fell in love with the principles on which this nation was founded. And so this is why I'm here standing in solidarity to you today, because one of those principles is under attack by these Seven Mountains peoples, one of the ones I hold closest to my heart. The fact that the United States, first among all nations in the world, was founded as a secular government, a government of, by, and for the people, not a government of, by, and for God. Now, we do things a little bit differently back at home in England. We still have a queen, and she is officially sovereign, and she is also the head of our state. So I know a little bit about theocracy, and I don't like it. And these people, they promote theocracy. But the principle on which America was founded is encapsulated best in that phrase by Thomas Jefferson, the wall of separation between church and state. And whether you're a humanist like me, or a devout believer, Christian, Muslim, Jew, Hindu, Sikh, Jain, whatever you believe, we should all be able to come together and build up that wall of separation. Because that wall protects not only the government from the undue influence of the church, it protects the church, the mosque, the synagogue, and all the people worshipping inside it from the oppressive influence of the state. And so we can all support that principle. But not everyone does support that principle. These Seven Mountains people, it looks more like seven molehills, really. But these Seven Mountains people, they don't support the separation of church and state. Forgive me for reading their words, but I had to, this is too hilarious to resist. They say, this is from their website, if Washington, D.C. is a geographical top of the mountain of government, then at some point we must embark on a holy invasion of that stronghold. Prayer warriors need to invade. And if Harvard is a seedbed for the future leaders who will occupy the top of the mountain of politics, then it needs to be invaded as a part of the multi-pronged strategy. We need a host of Elijah revolutionaries to go and attend that school and bring the order of heaven to that place. An Elijah revolutionary lives out his kingdom identity. He or she is first and foremost a citizen of heaven, and only secondarily is he a citizen of his nation. Well, there's a word for that, ladies and gentlemen, for people who are citizens of a nation but consider themselves primarily a citizen of another, and who seek to invade and overthrow the government of their own nation. The word is treason. Treason! So don't let these people tell you they are patriots. They are traitors to the very founding principles of this great country. And in response to that treason, I call on Robert Ingersoll, who said, secularism is a declaration of intellectual independence. It means that the pew is superior to the pulpit, that those who bear the burdens shall have the profits, It is a protest against theological oppression, against ecclesiastical tyranny, against being the serf, subject or slave of any phantom, or the priest of any phantom. So I say, let us turn our eyes and voices on these priests of a petty, spiteful, vindictive phantom, a phantom who hates gays, Muslims, doesn't much like Jews, who looks down upon the carnal pleasures, which I quite enjoy. Let's turn our eyes and voices on these priests of a phantom and say no to theocracy in the land of Jefferson, no to theocracy in the land of Thomas Paine, no to theocracy in the land of Washington and Lincoln, and government by, for, and of the people forever.